Alola Pokemon trainers, this is GatorEX, and today I'll be talking about Ultra Space. Now before I begin, I just want to remind you to check out my last video for a discussion on Marshadow. I've also been working on another channel where I'll be making animated story videos as well as vlogs. Kind of similar to Odd Ones Out, Jane Animations, and other channels of the like. The quality will be improving as I move forward, so go ahead and check it out. With that taken care of, let's begin. As most of you know, I'm still disappointed with what Sun and Moon did with the Ultra Beasts and Ultra Space, so I keep finding myself thinking about it. And one thing I realized is that Ultra Beasts themselves aren't really that weird. They're not technically Pokemon, even though they can be battled, caught, and trained, but they still resemble Pokemon to a degree. Yes, the designs are supposed to look alien and near unsettling, but if these designs were released as actual Pokemon, they'd be accepted as such. Overall, what I'm saying is that Ultra Beasts don't seem too physically different from Pokemon. So then, what does that say about Ultra Space? We don't see much of Ultra Space, but what we do see really isn't too crazy. The environment is inhabitable by people and Pokemon, and there's water inside the cave. Unless you're told that you just went through an Ultra wormhole, you might think this is just a regular cave on Pokemon Earth. Not much more can be assumed about Ultra Space just from this one cave, but it might be safe to say that the outside doesn't look too different from the Pokemon world. At this point, it would be helpful to know where exactly Ultra Space is, but that's the problem. In the games, Ultra Wormholes are how beings travel to Ultra Space. In our real world, wormholes are tunnels that theoretically connect two different points across space or time. There's a huge amount of theoretical science that I'm not knowledgeable or qualified in, but at its core, this is what a wormhole is, and from what I understand, being able to connect two points in time could also allow for inter-universal travel. So here's the issue. Is Ultra Space a faraway planet in the same universe as Sun and Moon, or is it a different universe altogether? We have seen examples of life forms coming from beyond our planet, as well as different universes throughout the Pokemon games. Both are believable, as we've seen in our real world that multiple planets with atmospheres similar to Earth exist, just that they're very far away. A problem that could theoretically be solved by an Ultra wormhole. But if Ultra Space were in a separate universe, anything goes really. A lot of the language used in Sun and Moon as well as previous Pokemon games leads me to believe that Ultra Space is a different dimension or universe rather than a planet in the same one we inhabit. At this point I should say that there are differences between dimensions and universes, and we've seen both in Pokemon. But from what was established about Ultra Wormholes, let's roll with the universe idea. As mentioned, a wormhole would theoretically allow for travel between space or time, meaning that if Ultra Space existed in a separate universe, the Ultra Wormhole would allow for travel to that alternate version of the Pokemon world if accessed here. What I'm saying is that it may be possible that Ultra Space is that alternate version of the Pokemon world. We've seen this in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, where it was stated that if the meteor that was heading for Hoenn was teleported using infinity energy, it would just be sent to another version of Hoenn and destroy that one because they occupy the same space. So then, could it be possible that Ultra Space is a version of the Pokemon world where only these Ultra Beasts exists? As stated, while Ultra Beasts are not Pokemon, they have a similar physical structure, and there was a huge theory going around that they could be a combination of humans and Pokemon. What if Ultra Space was a universe where people and Pokemon never really happened, but they remained the same beings, as can be seen in the Canalave City Library stories? Personally, I've always thought of Ultra Space as a different dimension rather than a separate universe, but both of these could be possible. Also, I very likely got some facts wrong due to not being Albert Einstein and my internet research only being able to go so far. Really, even if I got something factually wrong, the theory can still stand because Pokemon really doesn't care about being scientifically accurate as long as it can tell a cool story. But if you have anything to add, go ahead and leave a comment and we can continue the discussion down there. If you enjoyed the content, remember to subscribe and enable notifications. All you have to do is click the bell icon next to the subscribe button and you'll become a member of the Chingling Squad. Anyway, this has been GatorEX. Have a nice day.